My identity as a practicing artist engages with two particular mediums. They would be drawing and printmaking. Drawing would have been, I suppose, a second nature go-to approach to making art from as far back as I can remember. Printmaking would have come along then as I began, I suppose, my career in art and went to do my undergrad in Galway. So I always loved drawing, so that it was kind of a natural migration towards the area of printmaking. Printmaking often at times a very complex, intricate process. I suppose requires a lot of trial and error, I would have always said. But I suppose apart from the technical aspects of my identity as an artist, I suppose what I would consider equally as important to my artist identity, if not more important, is the concepts that drive and motivate what I do. So I suppose, what are them concepts? They're, at the moment, and what it has been for the last maybe 4 or 5 years, is significant memories and experiences from my own life. So there's a deep personal connection to what I do, in the sense that I draw on memories and experiences of significant people, places in my life, particularly home. So it's consistently been the places that I talk about and the people in them and the people that I spend time with in them places that have informed the type of art that I've subsequently created. So how does this artist identity inform what I do in the classroom? Well, my research inquiry on my recent teaching practice was to find out the extent to which my modelling of self-critique in the classroom could inform the concept development in the students' work. So through that, I modelled aspects of my work, in particular self-critical practice. And my aim was to enable the students to understand it firstly, but to also adapt it in their own practice. So if they could adapt this self-critical practice in their own work, they could strengthen the particular concept that they chose to communicate. So in the same way that I work, they looked at their own lives and they chose a particular memory or experience that was of significance to them in their lives, and they communicated this through the choice of particular objects that represented different aspects of that memory or experience. As well as modelling self-critique in the classroom to support concept development, I made a significant discovery of 2 other things that contributed to this development of concept. The first of this was the discussion of visual art references. This was huge in enabling students to have honest, critical discussions about how a particular artist may have built their concept, and then in turn discussing how they could use this artist's approach to building concept and self-critiquing in their own work. So the idea of understanding something and applying it in your own context. The second of these was inviting a visiting artist into the classroom. This again was significant in reinforcing to the students the power of self-critique of your own work and what it could potentially do for you in terms of strengthening the concept that you wanted to communicate to a viewer. So these 3 modes of teaching and modes of demonstrating the power of self-critique, I believe, were the 3 components that enabled me to support concept development in student work as the artist teacher.